Suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police DCP Abba Kyari said his life at risk for sharing same correctional facility with members of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and Eastern Security Network, ESN, who he described as criminals. Thank you very much for joining us. It is Serious Matters on ONIF TV. You know, just as the saying that what goes around comes around, our celebrated super Corton, one who is now behind bars, for drug trafficking and all of that, has come out to say that his life is in danger, sharing the same detention facility with IPOB members and terrorists. He's now afraid of them, But then one of the things that just came to mind immediately was that he also celebrated and described U2. He too was described as a super core, as a saint, only to discover that he wasn't actually what we were. Actually, yes, he might have had some feats, but then this act of it with which he was caught and messed up the whole thing. But then there's no doubt. He's just got to stay where he's been put. That's where it belongs. For me, I feel that's where it belongs. This great call, super call, Abba Kyari disclosed this through his lawyer, Nureni Jimo, while asking the Federal High Court in Abuja to review his bail application initially rejected. Look, to do what now, for crying out loud? To do what? Are you saying that you want to go and do your own detention at home, or should everybody? That means people who can't afford lawyers, or people, who are there for also criminal charges, people who are there for even drug trafficking should also go to the court and beg the court that, look, we can't share the same detention with IPOB members who have been arrested, so we want you to relocate us to our house. I don't know what our guys are asking us. Well, let's look at this very quickly. Your comments are simple, make them simple and say, my name is Abraham, and of course, this is Serious Matters on ONIF TV. Suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police Abba Kyari says he is not safe being in detention with members of the indigenous people of Biafra and Eastern Security Network, ESN, who he has, always described as criminals. Kyari disclosed this through his lawyer, Jimo Nureni, while asking the Federal High Court to review his bail application initially rejected. According to the document, which contained details of the suspended police officer's argument, his life is at risk for sharing the same correctional facility with criminals that he put in jail himself, including IPOB, ESN members, and terrorists. He was the one who put them there. Now he's there with them. I think the review should not be his bail. For me, I feel the review should not be his bail. The review should be a change in the facility. You understand? Not a review of the bail. That's not the way to do things now. You not say we should release you and bring you out. No, not like we don't do things that way. The review should be a review of the facility. Yes, take him from, if his life is in danger in facility A, then they should take him to facility C, so that his life will not be in danger there. That is just simple arithmetic. They don't need to be disturbing judges because of this kind of matter. It's a very simple matter. The people there know that if they kill you, it's an issue, so they won't do any of such things. But then if you now think you are unsafe, in that case, I feel, being just personal opinion, that I think the facilities should be changed. Yes, he might just be right saying that his life is in danger. Yes, it might just be right, but then the facility can be changed. At the center, the application or the applicants who were head and deputy head of the intelligence response team of the Nigerian police force met stiff resistance attack and open threat to the lives of the applicants by series head sake of criminal gang that they had busted, and put in jail. This is, there are jobs and jobs, and there are jobs, and I think one of the most sensitive job is, jobs of security officials, especially when you are involved in, nailing people. You can imagine a judge who has nailed people, sent people to jail for corruption, sent people to jail for murder, or who had given an execution judgment on somebody who had committed murder and all of that, and then that same judge who knows all those things goes into the same thing. You know what that means. So it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. Well, there is no correctional center that the criminals that have been arrested by the IRT units or under the headship of the applicants in furtherance of their constitutional and statutory duties as police officers cannot be found. And there is a high likelihood of threat to the life of the applicants. Like I said earlier on, this might just be correct. But unfortunately, from this application, we find out that all these guys are spread across the correctional center. Should we now say a room should be created? Let's see. I will do a follow-up. We'll do a follow-up on this particular situation, and we'll see what happens eventually. This is not the first time Kyari would be attacking IPOB over his tribe here. He had, while appearing before a probe panel led by Joseph Ebunaike, the late Deputy Inspector General of Police, DIG, claimed the group and its security wing, ASN, were after him due to the onslaught launched against them in the southeast. The Abuja court had in March ordered that Kyari be remanded in Kuje Correctional Center pending the conclusion of his trial. He was arrested by the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agencies, NDLEA, on February 12th and was arraigned on March 7 over allegations of drug trafficking. Well, the platform is open for you. Please do drop a comment, make them simple and civil, and also please do share videos with others. Let others see the beautiful things that we do. Of course, we will come back with updates. Just drop your comments on this development with Supercall Abba Kyari. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Olukunle Abraham. Bye-bye.